Hello, this is Jetman, and today is gonna be my last flight for the German Air Force after 25 years of service and 20 years in the flying business. I'm approaching the first squadron of Fighter Bomber Wing 33 at Büchel Air Force Base, Germany. And the car on top of the shelter indicates that there are some humorous guys in the squadron. The sound you hear in the background is an idling tornado right next to the building, but inside here, of course, you won't hear anything from the outside. This is First Squadron's briefing room, where the day starts and the day ends. And of course, right next to it, the NOTAM board that you've got to check just before flying. I've done this for the last 20 years, and I'm going to be doing it for the very, very last time today. And of course, this last flight is a good tradition in the German Air Force, and somebody's preparing the sign for the celebration afterwards. Another guy, that's my backseater, Paddle, a German Navy guy, and a very, very unique person. He's preparing our flight, which is going to Celle and back to Büchel Air Force Base. Unfortunately, due to the bad weather in our area, we have to go on a high-low-high profile, which means we go high to Celle Fassberg, then descend and do a low-level portion and go back high to our home base. Okay, here we see that the flight plan is being printed out, and it's going to be put on tape as well. And then we prepare to go out to the airplane. I'm aware of the fact that this is very special to me and might not be as special to you. But I also could imagine that an overview of what's going to happen before you go out flying might be of interest to you guys. It's most definitely insider information that's not readily available on the net or elsewhere.
At this time I would like to apologize for the shaky footage. This is due to the fact that my cameraman is not a cameraman but a fellow pilot, so we've got to stick with that. So, before you enter the cockpit you do a walk around, you check the airplane over to verify that everything is okay on the outside, and of course you take a pee behind the shelter in private, that is, and this might prove a good idea before a 1.5 to 2 hour flight. This walk around is pilot's business, while the weapon systems operator is in the cockpit already and feeds the data tape into the computer. This data tape contains all mission relevant data. Nowadays the tapes have been replaced by solid state devices, which are much faster and much more reliable. Now the APU is running and delivers electricity for the airplane, and of course power to start the first engine. While the aircrew are firing up their cockpit equipment, the ground crew are finishing the outside checks.
And as you can hear, this is the time to start the first engine. And just for the records, this is the German Airforce Tornado 4523 on which I did my last flight back on the 2nd of October 1992. And heaven is pouring tears just like I. Finally, we taxi out to get it done. Our flight is going to be 1 hour high level and about 35 to 40 minutes low level portion. We were teamed with another Tornado, which unfortunately did a ground abort due to technical reasons, so we had to go alone.
And that's exactly what we did, taking off for a 1 hour 40 minutes flight, which was uneventful, very beautiful, and of course I was a little sad.
After our return, there were a hell of a lot of guys saying hello and goodbye and having a drink. And this was the beginning of a party that lasted very long on this very Friday. And I did not have the chance to go back home on this very Friday. I returned to my new home on the next day.
Now we are preparing for the second last highlight of the day, which is gonna be this. We will take another ride, the last ride, around the airbase on a small airplane this time with a lot of water from behind. And that's the reason I sit behind my backseater, to protect him a little bit and take it all myself. And I can tell you, it was very cold this very Friday. Saturday morning, I'm driving on this road for the very last time. One last look back to the main entrance of my home base. In 20 years of flying jet fighters in many parts of the world is now over and out.
It must have been love, but it's over now. It must have been